The thing I learned about change is in order for a person to change and better oneself is they must want change. You cannot force that individual to change or become better or improve their actions. No matter what it is you do, you cannot change who they are. You can influence who they are, but you cannot change who they are. Only they can decide whether or not they want to change. Only they hold the power to create something better for themselves. If you are someone who is going through something and you have a person, an individual who is able to lend you a helping hand, is able to comfort you so you don't feel alone, is able to say, hey, I've been where you are, literally been where you are, and I want to help you get through it. Let me help you overcome what it is you were going through. You are one of the lucky and fortunate ones, because not everybody has that. But if you want change, you are going to have to want change so bad that the pain you feel today cannot compare to the joy that you are going to feel tomorrow. It is not going to be easy. It's going to be one of the difficult and probably one of the most hardest and challenging things you ever had to go through. But I promise you it is worth it, and I promise you it is possible. But again, in order to want change, in order to create change, you have to want change. And when you want it, that's when you start to become better. That's when you start to better oneself. When you really, 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 really want change. And the best and most effective way, at least for me that is, to get through just about anything is focusing one step at a time. Don't focus on the entire journey. Don't focus on the entire how long or how hard your path may be in order for you to get through what it is you were going through. Don't focus so much on that. Don't focus on it at all. Focus one step at a time. What is it that you need to do to help you get through what you are going through today? What is it that you need to do right now to help you overcome this moment? That's it. Focus one step at a time. It doesn't have to be massive leaps. It doesn't have to be big steps. It doesn't have to be big jumps. Focus one step at a time. If you are slithering forward if you are slithering an inch by inch, forward is forward. Progress is progress no matter how slow. Forward is forward no matter how small. That's all you gotta focus on. One step at a time. So my message to you, and I hope I can get across, is that if you personally are going through a really hard time and you want change, you have to really, really want it. You have to find an incentive as to why it is you want to better yourself. You have to have a very strong meaning behind as to why it is you want to become better. Why it is you are tired of experiencing the same thing over and over again. Only you can make that decision. Is it maybe because you were hurting the relationships around you and you were tired of seeing them in pain? Is it maybe because you are tired of experiencing the same thing that you are currently going through and you really want to create better for yourself? Whatever it is, you have to have a very strong meaning behind your why as to why it is you want to change. Why it is you want to better yourself. And two, a second individual who may be watching this video is if you are someone who is witnessing and going through trying to help someone create change. Understand that you can only do so much, because it is eventually going to not only start to affect your life in a very negative manner, but do not let that individual bring you down. From self-reflection, from my own personal life, there was a time in my life in about 3 years ago in 2020 where I was going through a really, really hard time, and I was essentially hurting a lot of people around me. And I learned that my choice of actions, I needed to take responsibility for. I needed to take accountability for my doings. I needed to take accountability for my actions. I needed to take accountability for my choices. And I was fortunate enough where I had these individuals to lend a helping hand. I was fortunate enough to have someone comfort me so I didn't feel alone. It was a very long journey, it was a very hard process. But I learned that the old me in that time the old me could have only became who I am today is if I did what I did, which was I wanted to change. The pain I was feeling could not compare to the joy that lied ahead. Again, the only way a person can change is they must want change. You can only do so much. So I'm going to leave a message to two people. The first message is to those who are going through a hard time is count your blessings. Because one day, they may no longer be there. And two, do not let somebody else's actions determine your character. Meaning, do not let somebody else's actions define who you are. Do not let somebody else's choices turn you into someone you are not. Because it isn't worth it. I promise you. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope this video was able to bring some form of value to and for you. I know this video was a bit more personal in a sense. However, I hope this video was able to bring some form of value to and for you. I'm always trying to find ways to improve my communication skills and find different effective ways to bring value to and for you guys in the most way possible, especially when it comes to personal development and our mental health. That is my primarily focused, is to help you, say the least. Anyhow, I love you. Again, I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.